All right, if need be, I don't know if I've got to give you guys your tokens back. Might have to.
I believe I can control mine.
Okay.
I'm waiting on you to open it up, and then I should be in. I guess it's still loading it up.
Your fucking character's not here for some reason. Wait a second. Strange.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't added last session either.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Okay, yes, it's you. The token looks like nothing. Like the token in the thing looks absolutely nothing like how it actually looks in the game.
Yeah. But
it's all like goblin looking and stuff.
Gobos.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second. I'm just going to open up Roll20 and my notes, and we'll get started. Because this will be a good session. I think you guys will like this one.
You don't tell me what I like and what I don't like.
I mean, I hope that you like all of them, but I feel like you'll like this one. There's some neat stuff in this one. Okay, and then
spoiler alert. I've liked them all so far.
Sweet. That's what I'm talking about.
Brett,
pretty good. You've semi-ran this campaign before. How different has it been so far?
Entirely.
Sweet. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's that's why I told them, I was like, to be honest, like I couldn't spoil anything we've been doing because none of this is how it went the other time I played. Which though we only played 3 sessions, so I'm assuming in the next 4 sessions will probably be at least past where I was then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Depending on
part that we stopped at.
Yeah. The death houses are originally supposed to be meant as like a session 1 kind of a thing,
really?
but I said fuck that.
Yeah. I do remember us doing like 1 or 2 before that. That was where we stopped.
Okay. Yeah, the end of that's stupid. We won't get into that. That'll take too much time. Okay. All right. So
in yet because I'm still not.
You're not still?
Okay.
I might just have to fetch you. Let me see if I can fetch you without having
I don't see him on.
Yeah, I don't see you on either, actually. He's probably not on this board. Give me a second.
Oh, yeah.
Because this thing's pretty finicky. Okay.
There he is. Go, waiting for the adventure to begin.
Okay. I'm going to check.
I remember being here.
Okay, yeah. So this is right where we left off. As you guys can tell, so here's Priest Father Durovich, Irina Kolyana, and Ismark. And when you guys had last left, you kind of managed to just like catch Ismark in a smooth brain moment. And you managed to just kind of like immediately pull him away from Strahd and Irina. And he was like, "Oh yeah, what's up, fellas? How you doing?" Like it just, came on about his day essentially. So with that, I think everyone other than there was one of you. I feel like it was Valkithra. Everyone was basically looking around Ismark, like giving the sure, whatever you say, buddy. Like how can I put that? Like,
oh, we were all doing that,
dude. We totally catch that you're fucking.
Yeah. Like it's good to see you, but is she getting ready to get murdered? That's the important part. It was kind of where everything was at. So, why's my webcam not wanting to load up? Whatever, fuck it. Not important. So with that, we start back. The party plus these 3 are all here. If anybody wants to start with questions, anybody's got anything they want to suggest, anything anybody wants to do, now would be the time to say so, because we're kicking it
off. One last thing. Mm-hmm. Would I have caught that Strahd had left like anything behind, like as he was going through this entire event? Like, was there anything like kind of carelessly left, or?
Not really. Like the only thing that would have been left behind, Irina just kind of like took and immediately pushed into her pocket. She didn't really want anyone to really even acknowledge that it was there. Like she didn't even turn back around until it was completely put away. And then she, like, when she turned around, it was kind of like none of that shit just happened. Like, she's just trying to ignore the fact that anyone saw her do that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Around what time of the morning is it?
Right now, it's getting a little bit later. I'd say it's probably somewhere between like 12 and 1. We're starting to kind of like if there was a heat of the day here, we're kind of in it. Or should I say we're starting to get into it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anybody got anything they want to talk to the priest about, or Ismark, or Irina, anything like that?
Yeah,
I think wasn't there? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You want to go?
No, you just ask what you're gonna.
I was gonna ask. I think I had it in my notes. I'm trying to go through right now that Trevok wanted to ask. Trevok is interested to know the 8 tenants spoken at the burial.
Okay. All right. So you want to ask that to the priest? Is that correct?
Yeah, like I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, like if it's not too awkward, that
Okay.
would be my first. That would how I would kind of want it
Okay.
answered before we leave.
So he would just kind of he would read them off to you. Here, and I'll read them off here in just a second. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just do it. And so as you ask him, he just kind of nods and he pats your shoulder. And he states, he's like, yes, the tenants of the morning, Lord. Yes, they are good to know. They will help you even in your darkest moments. He says, here, I shall read them. And with that, he just kind of opens up his Bible and he thumbs right back to the same page he was on and almost like uncannily just begins to recite them just like he did in the funeral, like it had been something he had done several times before. And he says, watch each sunrise, for each day is a gift. Always aid, strive to always aid, to foster new hope, new ideas, and new prosperity for all kind and its allies. Nurture life. It is sacred, or it is a sacred duty to foster new growth, nurture growing things, and to work for the rebirth and renewal. Perfect yourself. Be fertile in mind and in body. Bring hope wherever you go. Plant seeds of hope, new ideas, and plans for a rosy future in the minds of all. Think ahead. Consider the consequences of your actions so that your least effort may bring the greatest and best reward. Avoid negativity, for from death comes life, and there is always the morning to turn the setback into success. Rules are secondary. Place more importance in activities that help others than in strict adherence to rules, rituals, and dictates of your seniors. And with that, he just kind of pats you on your shoulder. And with that rereading of everything, everyone gets +1 to attack for the rest of the session as a blessing.
All right.
How similar are these commandments to something of Helm?
I mean, Helm was kind of more of like the deity of protection. Like that's kind of his ordeal. So they're kind of not really like this is more in the minds of, I guess if I were to look at this and read it over, it's more of a don't let despair take you. Like use these tenets to kind of bring yourself forward and bring other people forward. Like basically be the radiant dawn for everyone else's darkness.
Okay, so in other words, it's just not like Helm though. It's not
Same vein, but not really. No.
Okay, well in that case, Elion just kind of rolls his eyes, looks rather unamused by the preachings of the priest, and does go up to him though after he's done spewing nonsensical bullshit. He says, "Yeah, okay, Father, but what if you told us more about the Abbey of Saint Markovia?"
Ah, yes. Saint Marco in Kresk.
Yes.
It is said there that the abbot will aid all things, no matter the circumstance. I believe he might be where you should take Irina. Although it is best not to discuss these things out in the open, so I will leave you with that.
Can I insight check him? Is he being like dead ass? Or is
Yeah,
he,
yeah, you can roll an insight check, sure.
I would love to.
Mhm.
I don't trust this priest. That's a 9.
It's a 9. Okay, yeah, from what you can tell, man, he's telling you the truth.
God, this guy's
Sick.
being so dead ass.
So dead ass.
He's straight
Those
up,
are
dude.
nods with an agreement, and is rubbing his chin, an affirmation. Yes, all right, Father. This is you're. I may not completely agree with your teachings, but you are a wise and great man, and I am very blessed by you. I am appreciative of your blessings in that.
He just kind of looks at you and nods a moment, and he says, yes, the words of another often fall on deaf ears, though you will find he will shine on you like all in time.
Helion just does a little, yeah, okay, uh-huh.
And he doesn't, at no point really during any of that does he get like super pushy. It's just kind of, this is what I fucking believe. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
like,
Anybody else? Salt, Nat?
I would say that Caspian throughout the entire sermon has just kind of, I don't know, gotten more dour and darker as the speech goes on. And by the time he's finished, I am literally the farthest person from him, and all you can see is just fucking apathy. Not even like anger, just apathy at the father's sermon.
Damn,
And the
dude.
father himself.
Don't nobody like Durovich. Holy shit.
sorry, dude, I'm a pretentious fucking holy man.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't believe that light can save anyone.
all right. What about you, Salt?
The only question that I have, Father Durovich, is that Anastasia had a very compelling look about her. Black hair, blue eyes, was described as what we know to be Gertruda, Man Mary's daughter. Is there any correlation, a sister, sibling, anything of that nature?
Oh, no. I have seen Gertruda but once. They are vastly different. The only thing I might point out between the two is that she, like Madame Koliana here, all seem to fit the gaze of the Count.
As he's saying that, Valkithara just nod to him, just kind of understanding.
Okay. Dan, what about you, homie? You've been pretty quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have much to say during the speech. Thane appreciates what the guy is saying, I guess, but having grown up basically to be serving Helm as well, not so much religiously, but through acts of protection, he's like, yeah, I get the part about protecting yourself and like helping others. He's like, yeah, I could see that. But other than that, he's just kind of nodding his head a little bit. Just kind of agreeing with the manager type shit. You're like, yeah, all right, yep. That sounds pretty good.
All right. Okay. And so you say, if there is nothing left, I shall take my leave and return to my prayers. With that, he's just gonna fucking do.
Helion steps forward, actually, and just, wait, Father! You wouldn't happen to know of anyone that needs some work done for a little coin, would you?
He just kind of thinks about it a moment, and he shakes his head and he says, "None for the likes of you. More likely, the people that will offer you money will be far colder in heart than any untouched coin."
Understood. Have a blessed day, Father.
Yes, and to you. And he's like, doop, 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 and he goes back inside. Okay. And Ismark turns to Irina. He tells her, you should return home. Start to slowly kind of gather your things, or at least take a mental note of what it is that you wish to take. And without drawing any attention to yourself within our home, begin to, pack your sack and be ready, at least for when we go in a few days. And she turns to go. She just kind of nods at him and turns to go. Does anybody have anything to say to her before she goes?
We all noticed the gift exchange, right? Even though
Yeah, every fucking body saw that shit.
Elion looks
I
towards
think the only one that
everybody,
didn't
like,
see it
kinda-
was
Ismark's.
He's literally
Yeah.
talking his ass off to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ismark's the only fucking one.
going to obviously side glance towards the party and do that like fucking Among Us meme where he looks left and right a couple of times. Like,
Yeah. All right.
Give him a shoulder shrug, like, yeah, we noticed it, and kind of head nod toward her, like, you want to say something.
She's not gonna say shit. She's gonna completely ignore her, unless somebody's gonna call her out on it.
I mean, if Elion wanted to say something to her specifically.
Oh, gotcha.
if I just got a shoulder shrug, he's not doing shit.
Okay.
Damn.
Right, yeah. So she's dipping off.
Feels bad, man.
And
What
he
was
just
it?
kind of
That's
he just
fine.
kind of looks to the five of you, and he's like, "Well, if it's probably dumb to send her off on her own, but what am I to do? Couldn't save her anyways."
Yeah, I think I don't want to be the fucking guy here, but I think that I'm pretty sure she has something from Count Strahd in her possession. That maybe
Who, Irina?
yeah,
No.
possibly. I'm being very honest with you, sire.
Well, yes, we all saw
I
him
saw
give
it, yeah.
something.
Hospitality has been
Yes.
generous. Yeah, everyone has seen it.
I
We're
also
not-
we all
believe
saw it.
yes.
And you say that now?
Well, she's not that
Well, I figured
far.
it's better now than never, and I thought maybe you, I don't know, it doesn't feel like my place entirely, but now seeing her leave with it, it does seem quite bad.
Felt kind of awkward bringing it up with her right there.
Yeah. So I didn't want to
Not our place.
I agree.
Yeah.
He kind of, his eyes kind of shift, so like his head, his whole body doesn't move. Like he's still as a fucking statue, and his eyes just kind of dart off, like almost like they're getting ready to turn around into the back of his head. Like he is trying as hard as he absolutely can to see out of his peripherals, and he just kind of like nonchalantly kind of like fans his fingers to the ground, and he just looks around, and without really even moving his lips, he's kind of like, not here. And
Did you say hide?
no, he said not here.
Oh, okay.
So with that, he almost just like changes his tune from that one quick note, and he's like, "Come, let's go. I have more to show you. Hang on, I have to get my Ismark voice. Come, let us go. I have many things to show you."
Could you show me where's?
Yes. If you wish to go by the mercantile, yes, I will take you there. I must warn you first, though. Bildrath, not like you foreigners. It's all. He almost refused learn foreigner language. Very bad.
What is your native language?
It is known as Balok.
Ew.
Lovely, thank you.
I don't actually say that out loud, but
Yeah.
you
Duh.
know what I mean.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
absolutely disgusting.
nice. Is nice. Is Balok. Lots of flint.
Did you actually say lots of flesh?
Yeah.
Caspian does gag at that.
We go, yes? Are you ready?
Before we do actually leave all this is out of character, what was the father's name again? He had a name.
Durovich, yeah. Hold on, wait. The priest?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, yeah. Father Durovich.
Yeah.
Now, the guy that you guys just buried was Coleon in Durovich.
Yeah, Coleon, that is Ishmark's father, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to get that.
I'm so excited for this next part. You guys have no fucking clue, dude. I worked on this, studied my conversational skills. It's gonna be a good one. It's a good one. You're gonna fucking love it. Yeah.
Strategies.
Well, just no.
No.
And how did you spell the fucking native language?
Balok. It's Balok. But anyone that speaks to you, it'll have an H sound, like a phlegm, like it's Balok. Yeah. No, it's not on the L, it's on the K. It's Balok. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do here?
I'm good, Captain.
Yeah.
Everyone else?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Salt, what about you, buddy?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. That's majority vote. So
Yep.
let me roll the next one. I always go to the fucking wrong Barovia village.
Dude, you're doing the best you can there, bud.
I know, dude. I really need to like weed out some of the shit. We went to the right one. All right. And everybody's shit's here.
Hey, looky there.
Oh.
We're moving.
Irina went back. Excellent. I don't even have her here with y'all. That's what I'm talking about.
Got a big
Fuck yeah.
old map.
And again, I have to paint this. So as you leave the church and you come into the town, as you start to kind of get close, the thick, sludgy mud that squelches beneath your feet starts to kind of give way to these poorly laid cobblestones that are slick with mud and water that have kind of built up from poor drainage. And as you kind of cross that threshold into the village, you still see a dwarf hanging from the tree. And now there's been a sign kind of constructed next to it. And it says, "For fear of all my benevolence, lest your tongue go wild, you shall end up like this dwarf." Signed, Count Strahd.
Okay, yeah.
And then also you still hear the woman crying and all the shit in the back. You can hear her, kind of sobbing and moaning. Like even it's with the wind kind of picking up like it is right now. It's almost kind of drowned out by it, but it's still like horrifyingly there. Like it's not necessarily low, but it's not completely drowned out by the wind either.
This is still the Dwarf of Stone, right?
Yes.
I think Valkithra would look at Ismark and say, "It does sound like the Mad Mary is awake at this time."
Yeah, should we stop by and see how she's doing?
And he just kind of he nods and he's like, yes, we should go by. That is good. All right, so everybody wants to go to Mad Mary's.
Let's go to Mad Mary.
Okay, cool.
Trayvon
We're doing
would be in agreement because that's we haven't checked in on her yet, have we?
Nope.
No, this has been
she was
quest.
asleep the last time that we went, and we were just kind of told to hush and let's move along.
Okay. So with that, and I didn't set the fucking atmosphere. Damn it. Sorry, fellas. Give me a second.
Problem, dude. No
This
problem, my
is
guy.
the map I had to like throw together immediately.
He's
Oh,
just
you
in
didn't have
here,
to tell
tits
us, but
out,
okay,
disco
now
ball
know.
rolling, music thumping.
Dicks out for Harambe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never forget.
Never forget.
Gonna have a
Okay.
50-year reunion.
Who's
Oh
Harambe?
no! Don't say that. What'd you just say to
no.
me?
Oh no.
All right, give me a second. I got to get everybody's tokens in here and get them all on the road.
No problem, man.
So as you kind of get closer, you can hear her still. And on top of that, now, this is kind of the first time that you guys have really taken any notice to the building next to hers. And it's almost kind of odd in the sense that it doesn't really seem to have the same drab features as pretty much every other building that you've gone to, right? So, typically everything that you pass by, a lot of the windows have been boarded up. There's been broken windows. The doors and shit have scratches all over him, like all kinds of shit. So, everything's really just kind of strange and different, for lack of a better term. Like everything almost kind of looks nice. Give me 1 second. I will
And
get
that's
everybody.
in the next door neighbor's house, not her own.
That's Bildras Mercantile.
Gotcha.
That's the guy that doesn't like foreigners.
Yeah, not a foreigner fan, and I'm not talking about the band.
As cold as ice.
He's a
Willing to
Jew
sacrifice.
hero. He's got stars in his eyes. I almost fucked that up because I can't hear that song without saying Juice Box Hero. Because whenever I listened to it a lot, I was drinking a lot of juice boxes. I was like 20, hanging out playing World of Warcraft. And so that's like when I was fucking going through like Stranglethorn Vale, I was always like, Juice Box Hero. Okay, let me load up my notes. Hate that every time I minimize OneNotes, it like starts over whenever I bring it back. Okay. So, as you guys kind of, I don't know, where do you want to go first? You want to go to Bildras or you want to go to Mad Mary's?
Hey man, you gotta decide. Go down the map.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Trayvok would be marching kind of towards Mad Mary's.
Okay, so Ismark's actually going to kind of call everybody. Like, here, we stop here first. We check Mad Mary second. And as you guys as you approach the building, the first thing you notice is that the windows are brazenly uncovered, in stark contrast to the rest of the village. Instead, light spills out from behind heavy red curtains, pooling around the base of the building and creating a hazy glow where the light meets the mist. The handle is polished to a shine and almost distracts from the scratches on the door, and when you push the door open, a bell over the door rings loudly to announce your arrival. Inside, you find shelves and tables all populated with a variety of items, all set out in groups. Weapons with weapons, clothes with clothes, books with books, and so forth. Beside each set of items is a small wood block displaying the prices. From behind the counter in the back, an older man watches you. His dark eyes, narrowed with spectacles and silver buttons down his shirt, glitter in the flickering firelight. When he sees you've noticed him, his expression shifts into a toothy smile, and he holds his arms out wide and speaks in a language that the party does not understand. Bunya Zaya Damen! He then looks to Valkithra. Ah, Damna!
The fuck?
That we're all going inside.
Raises a brow. Ismark, do you understand what he said?
Nah, yes. He tells you good day. And with that, the guy behind the counter just kind of scowls at everybody. Like it's almost hang on. Shut up, dog. He kind of just scowls at everybody. He's really foreigner. He scoffs at. He looks over to Ismark and he's Ismark's schon blatt orders. He spits on the ground. Ismark the Lesser and his leaf licker friends. And he spits one more. Je me pas Ismark, tu bani boyard. He states, is kind of raising his hands to his side with a wry grin as he looks to Ismark. Seduce una fang da, Ismark? Tapurich fa purse da? His grin widens to a very wide smile, which reveals crooked white teeth and show much more proper care than most people that you've met thus far. Ismark just kind of looks back at him and he says, Foreigner, ajutar zimerig oris, jutor tu? And at this word, Bildrath kind of ponders a moment and he starts to kind of rub his chin. And he looks back at Ismark for a moment and he says, are you being ajutar burgomaster? Hasn't speak, da? And Bildrath speaks to Ismark without addressing you guys like at all. He doesn't even turn to look at you at this point, even though you're in the doorway of his shop. And he begins speaking, and as he does so, Ismark kind of just starts translating for him. And he says, Bildrath has said he is willing to help all of you as soon as your loitering foreigners have. And he turns to Bildrath a moment with a face of disgust and says, Nu, Streisen Vraya. Bildrath looks at him and he says, Stare Jimmy Pa, Ismark. And he just kind of like teasingly about the whole thing. Ismark kind of defeatedly looks at the ground with a heavy sigh and he says, he said he will offer you some aid as long as I openly declare that you are not welcome in his store. He doesn't serve leaf lickers, and that goes double for those who can't see over the counter. And with that, Bildrath kind of, for the first time, acknowledges the party, and he just looks straight at Trevok for a second. And then he turns back to Ismark. And then with that, he says, you are free to shop, though being dirty foreigners, you probably won't have the money to buy whatever necessary within the store. He has also stated that if I were to offer you money, that he would no longer service me or my sister. He also said that if you touch anything, he will have his nephew toss. And Ismark kind of stops for a second and he looks over at Bildrath, and then they seem to kind of have words, for lack of a better description. Like they start just kind of fucking bickering in a language that you do not understand, even in the slightest bit. And with that, you hear the thudding of like super heavy footsteps coming down some stairs in the back. And through this little door back here steps out what essentially is Adonis. This guy is fucking massive. He looks like the Mountain. He's probably 6'7", 6'8". He's wearing like a short sleeved white linen shirt, and there's just like muscles on muscles on muscles on this guy. Like his neck is like blown out of the hole of his shirt. The sleeves that wrap around his bicep are damn near skin tight. This guy, if there were steroids in this universe, he'd have done all of them. This guy is enormous. That said, as he kind of steps a little closer to you, his face seems very simple. And though his features are very sharp, the lines in his face are very smooth, as if he never really contemplated any kind of complex thought.
Bruh.
And he just kind of
Valkithra would look at Thand and await his reaction.
This might be a battle of wits.
Oh, not
What the fuck?
Dan's definitely gonna. Dan's gonna step forward, kind of look him up and down, and then look at Ismark and ask him if he wants to arm wrestle.
Oh god.
Oh, so Trevok is just gonna kind of like make way and just stand back over here.
Yeah.
okay. So
After
Ismark
having been glared at, basically, right?
turns to the muscle bound guy, and he looks back at the party and he says, "This is Periwinkle. This is the nephew of the man that. This man. He is the man who was going to throw you out of store if you touched too many things." That?
Wow.
And he kind of looks back to Thand and he's, arm wrestle? What is this? What is arm wrestle?
It's a show of strength between two opponents. And then, I don't know, kitten.
You wish to fight, Periwinkle?
No! Oh, not fight. Then we'll kind of look back at the party and be like, does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
You wish to have a
Leon.
duel of strength with your friend.
Yes, you wish to fight, yes?
No.
No,
What?
no.
What's
Trevok is
what's
like waving
my-
both of his hands at this point.
what
Like,
my brother
no,
is
no,
saying
no.
is, it's a pastime in our culture that is non-physical aggression of strength. Two opponents are on a table, like say the one next to you, and you interlock hands across from each other. And
Oh,
you must
yes,
lever the other arm.
Hands of
over.
Destroyer, yes, see, yeah,
Oh,
da.
It may
Hands
be
of Destroyer,
similar,
yeah.
Yes.
Phew.
Periwimple, Hands of Destroyer, there. And he just kind of points to Than with his thumb. And with that, like, a wide, stupid grin just kind of comes up on his face. Like,
leave that man alone.
obviously, like, 100%, like, let's fucking go. Let's do this.
Alright. Hell yeah.
And
Oh, wow.
I'm looking to see if I have a token that's like badass enough for Periwinkle. I don't. Oh, here we go. This one will work.
Periwinkle.
Oh, no. Here we
I
go.
know
Finds
he's
another Thand.
I know he's about to beat my ass. His name's Periwinkle.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like the boy named Sue thing.
Pops out.
All right.
Conan pops out the
Dude,
So-
that's straight up fucking Conan the Barbarian. I love it.
Arnold.
He kind of just looks at Than. He's like, hands of Destroyer, da. Like he's excited. Like, he's,
Yeah,
holy
I like
fucking
it.
shit.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
yeah. Hands of Destroyer. And
Claps along to encourage it.
he starts kind of like waving you over.
Hell yeah.
And,
Way over.
Could I
Trevok
stop?
is just very quickly going to be like, "Oi, lad, you know what you're doing?"
Yeah. Okay. So I'll take that as an opportunity to stop him as well and put my hand on his shoulder.
Everybody give me a perception check.
Let's see. Hell yeah. No.
Yeah. So Brett rolled fucking nat 20, so we're just gonna just lay it all out there. So you
Did indeed.
guys kind of notice. Give me 1 second. Let me look at my notes here. Ah, damn it! I hated this thing. Like I gotta
19.
to make another. So, Elion, you see a symbol of wood and gold, and it's ornate, almost in like a diamond shape. But up through the diamond would run like a cross, and in the middle of that cross section is a giant gauntlet, or I guess for the piece would be a rather large gauntlet with an eye on the back of it. And you would recognize this not only as the seal of Helm, but you recognize that as your holy symbol.
Ooh.
What is
And on top of that, Than,
Where is it?
it's behind. It's like on a shelf, like right over here. Like you just kind of notice it.
Interested.
And then Thand, you recognize a shield paired with a sword bearing the same exact mark.
They didn't.
On top of that, Valkithra, behind the counter on the very top shelf, you notice a white porcelain mask and black veil.
Enough.
And you would have recognized as having that when you ventured into this area.
Just okay. Did we also get to stop him before he approached the table? Travik and Elion, as I put my hand on his shoulder.
I don't know. You tell me, Than, did they stop you, or did you just kind of power on through?
You said you had a hand on me, so I would have
Okay.
stopped. But at least
So with that, Periwinkle just kind of looks at you. He's like, "How's this Strahd? How's this Strahd?"
I want to
No.
very quickly bless him.
Okay.
Very
All right.
quickly.
We're not doing components, right? Are we?
Aren't we all
No,
pretty
fuck.
blessed, though?
We're doing like verbal and somatic components. Like if you,
yeah. No, it is
Yeah.
verbal
they're
as well, but it's also-
100% like as you're starting to do all this stuff, they're gonna see it. And
The casting time is just an action. I just have to. It's supposed to be a component of holy water, and then
yeah, the material components don't worry about, but the
3 creatures within range, and they just get a attack roll or saving throw. Or hold on, I'll just post it. Let's see.
okay. So are you casting a spell right now in front of everyone, including Periwinkle and Bildrath?
Sure, it's pretty much just a holy chant. I assume I could whisper it per se.
You're gonna start glowing and shit, bro.
Yeah. There's
That's how
going to
it
be
works.
some visual things that happen also. It doesn't just take place.
Oh, well, in that case, no.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well,
I mean, that fucking priest that blessed us earlier didn't do anything. Or at least he didn't appear. He didn't say anything like that.
It's
so
fair.
I didn't feature.
That's
I
fair.
didn't figure that's how that works, sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
I'll
That's okay.
defend.
I'll do a little bit more on the presentation.
I know that's how that works.
Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, I'll do a little bit better next time when shit like that happens to kind of make it a little more pronounced.
all right.
Yeah, I do nothing.
So
Yeah,
those
right.
two recognized, like, just barely glanced at some items over by the, basically behind Ishmark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They've all kind of recognized that some of their stuff or some of your guys' stuff is here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So they're all right. So Trevok is now like gonna repeat his question, like, oi lad, do you know what you're doing? Like, look at the size of that fella.
Dan's just gonna kind of turn back. Honestly, I just want to see how strong he is. And then he's just gonna walk right over.
And with that, as you approach, like he's
Final
like,
last words.
"How's this try? How's this try?" And Bildrath immediately starts kind of like yelling at him, like, "No, how's this try? No." And Ismark just kind of looks at him for a second. He's like, "It's a problem with Periwinkle. How's this try? No." And Bildrath kind of just scoffs and backs up, like he's like, "Whatever, fine, fuck it." And with that, roll your d20, dude. Head your strength. Give me strength check.
Fuck him up.
I just hold it, but I just click strength. Would that do it?
Yeah, that should do it.
Does this include the bless from the priest?
That's only for attacks. That would be akin to like the bless spell, essentially.
Okay.
Um,
I don't think it matters because
So- No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. So
Oh damn.
as he sets his elbow on the table across from yours and you guys kind of lock hands, like you feel just the overwhelming power in this guy's hands. Like it doesn't even really seem like he's gripped your hand.
Boy's got some girth.
But it feels like your hand is about to just crush under the weight of his grip. Like it's absurd. And with that, you guys kind of line up for a second, and it almost, he kind of just waits to like test your metal and let you kind of like push and push and push. And with your whole body, like you are just trying to shove this guy's arm over, and it doesn't move an inch. Like it's almost as if his arm were fixed to the counter with a brace behind it. And before that, like he just kind of looks at you in the face, and he wide, just stupid grin, just has a Strahd, better whip alike. And with that, he just damn near puts your hand like through the countertop. Like it was so much force, like it almost hurts that it bends your elbow back. Like the guy has no chill and pretty much slams your hand down onto the thing, and you take 2 points of damage. Like this dude just fucking hammed you right there. And with that, he lets your hand go, and he just kind of like jumps like, has this a stride, and he looks to Trayvok, and he's like, dude, has this a stride, come on.
No. Trayvok is still waving both of his hands in front of him, like no.
Dan's gonna kind of look over, rubbing his elbow. Come on.
He kind of, so as you turn and you're rubbing your elbow, he just like reaches over and he slaps your back, and he's like, da, foreigner, da. Yes. Like he just kind of like congratulates you, but he doesn't really know how to say it in a way that you would understand. And so he looks to Ismark, and he's like, has a straya, da. And Ismark kind of looks at you, and he says, he goes, you're a weak foreigner, but Periwimple like you. He think you are a friend. He is good. And with that, like as soon as Periwimple kind of finished speaking, Bildrat just like slaps him on the back of the head. And he says something kind of under his breath. You don't even really get a whole idea of what it was that he said, let alone it being in a language that you don't understand. But you can tell it's kind of like, you fucking idiot. Like, go back to cleaning the fucking storeroom.
I told you to fucking talk.
Yeah. And so with that, he just kind of like looks down, like almost kind of cowers down, which is weird. It's very reminiscent to like an abused animal. Like he just kind of cowers back and quietly walks and stands back here in the corner and doesn't say anything else.
So just for context, I think whenever Than walked up to the countertop to do all of that, Valkithra was banging on the box next to her, doing hands of Astraya, like chanting them on. And as soon as he gets his hand smashed, he just freezes up. Like, God damn. Just that face, blank face. She doesn't say a word. And then Than turns around to her, and she's just staring him in the face like, well... let's back up a little bit. Like, all right, good try.
I'm sure Trayvok heard it and just kind of came up to the corner like, oh, like he was gonna come up and help, but yeah, then the guy was like, oh, how about you now? Like, you too. Trayvok was like, nope, no thanks.
Okay, all right. So everybody kind of just watched the exchange, and then he trails off now, and Bildrath just kind of stands back, like looking down his nose at all of you, and just kind of almost like a sneer. And he just kind of like like a quick wave of his hand, kind of just ushers you back to go look at whatever.
I'm gonna go with this one. And I'm gonna kind of try to whisper just so it's not super obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Could you ask him if we could... Our money's no good. Or perhaps a trade.
Ismark just kind of looks back. He's, trade? What do you wish to trade? Perhaps he may take something.
I kind of look towards like the whole group.
Dan will have wandered over at this point, still kind of like, damn.
It's still whispering to Ishmark, but assuming
Motherfucker is
people kind
strong.
of follow in. Well, we found a couple of scrolls before, and to be honest, I don't think we particularly need them, because they may be more valuable to trade right now.
He just kind of shrugs and he says, "We'll try, though. He may give you bad price, because you're a foreigner. He may give me bad price, because I am here with you as foreigner." So
Valkithra speaks up and says, "Perhaps we could end that wailing next door. You think that's bad for business?"
Perhaps, though most that come through, it stop and buy because of whale. Yeah? They hear woman cry.
So loud.
They know why woman cry. They come get sword. Huh?
Oh God.
This makes sense to you, yes?
Elon's actually like completely like, yeah, this is quite smart of him.
And Bildrath kind of like as if he were rolling around a turd in his mouth, man, like just sheer disgust. He looks at Ismark. Ismark, Stroshalaya. Ismark kind of responds back, "This trade should I?" And the trade should I? Like, da. And so with that, he's like, pull out whatever you have to trade. He'll look at it.
I assume Elion has the scrolls still. I don't know if we split those up.
No, I don't think so. I think you were the only one that took them. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, boys. I can do all of those spells except for Moonding. So, I'll pull up the 3 scrolls, and I also have 2 books from the Church of Lathander that I'll just pull out. I don't actually know what they are. They're just books.
So
Also throw in my were-raven feather.
one of the things that you'd picked up in there was regarding the books was a book on occultist. Give me 1 second. I have the title of that somewhere. Damn it. Did you take the notes down on what it was that it said?
No, that's why I just have the 2 books.
Okay, yeah, because one of them had to do with like occults in the land and their ways. Like it was basically a book on practicing.
Actually, we'll keep those.
Okay.
But, I will pull out a copper were-raven brooch.
Okay.
Found on the very first trail leaving out.
Okay.
I will pull out my were-raven feathers.
Okay. And with that,
Trayvok just kind of taps at his empty pockets and pulls up his lengthy pants.
Lengthy pants.
yeah, it's a
Don't dig too deep, Trayvok. We don't need that in here again.
yeah. So as you pull out the were-raven feathers, he almost like clutches at pearls and almost falls into the wall, like he's terrified at what it is that you've just pulled out, like visibly shaking, and you can kind of start to notice like a bead of sweat like kind of coming down his forehead, because as he looks at you and he immediately is just like adieu, Periwimple, adieu.
Okay, I'll put him back in my bag immediately, but kind of be looking over towards Ismark, be like, "Oh, what?" Like just like kind of what's going on? Like, I put my hands up, like, sorry, like.
Ismark kind of just holds his hands up to Periwimple, and he's like, multi-mask. I do. And with that, he turns and starts like really fucking ushering everybody, like, get the fuck out of here, go. He's like, go, you go.
Well, guess we'll all walk out.
I guess we're getting kicked the fuck out.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I didn't I didn't know they wouldn't like the feathers.
Yeah, I do assume I got all my shit back, right?
Yeah, all the stuff that you pulled out, like you didn't even get it out of your
Okay,
hands.
yeah.
Like they saw and they were like, "Oh no, fuck you," and like told you to leave. And with that, as everybody
Miss Mock.
kind of exits, Periwinkle slams the door shut behind you, and you, you will have to excuse me, for I've been warning my father. Have you shown me that you know the Were Raven?
Where Raven?
Well, I mean, we came across Skull in Father Durovich's chapel, and then whenever we awoke, we found the brooch and some feathers.
No, find Were Raven alive. Feather, brooch. How do you foreigners say? Like story. This is new reader. No. I have never seen that. How do you foreigners say belief? I believe no real a story like toy skull.
You think
So
we're
in a
lying?
play? Yeah, play.
Da. Like book, you read book.
Fairy tale.
Yeah,
Phil,
he thinks
da.
we're lying.
No lie, no. New belief is real. Always taught as book story for children.
Is
Book.
it for children, Ishmar? That man seemed fucking scared.
We knew, and like with that, like he's kind of, he knows you, so he's not like put off by this, but he's visibly uncomfortable, and he's like, no, it is difficult. It's new real. Show me again in house.
All right, well,
My eyes betray me.
Hey, let's go check on Mad Berry.
And with that, like he just kind of, like, like, like really fucking uncomfortable.
Naruto runs.
Yeah, he kind of takes off. He's taking off. Yeah. Oh god, I hate that it does this every fucking time. Every time I minimize, it goes all the way back to the top.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I hate it so much. Okay, so as you approach, you begin to hear the sobbing kind of really flow out. It says the sounds flow from a dark 2-story townhouse, roughly 40 foot square. The exterior of the house is boarded up like most of the houses in the village. Old, moldy wooden planks cover the windows and doors, leaving the entrance to this place a mystery. And with that, Ismark kind of steps up. The door, new board, your hammer, yeah? Huh? See? And he starts pointing to the portions where it's like boarded up. He's like, no here. Tell me, Foreigner, with that, like he kind of like pats Nan with the back of his hand, like on his chest. He's like, done no long ago. How you say?
Old.
No, new old. Different, old.
Haunted, spooky.
No. Da, what?
More recent.
Da, recent. Da, yes. This new here. Yesterday? I do not know. It's fine. We go in back.
What was he saying? What was he saying? That's new. Like, was he looking at the door?
Yeah. So there's the front door has been boarded up too. Like there's no way into this house now, and he's saying that he didn't quite recognize that because it wasn't like that the other day.
Yeah. So like the boards are new then.
Yeah, but the boarding is new. The boards are not new. Like they're old and like shitty looking and rotted and stuff. Like that's not new lumber. But the fact that it's like boarded up there is new. Like somebody's recently done that.
I see.
Yeah. All right. So it's come this way. I am Burgermeister. It's just fine.
I cannot stand that is. He's literally like, I am the master of burgers.
Yeah. I am the mayor. It's fine.
The first day he said it, I immediately thought Hamburglar. Like that was
Yeah. It was in his fucking notes. Hamburglar.
That was in my notes because I put a question mark next to it. Hamburglar?
And so with that, he kind of like grabs the gate and he goes to open it and it's closed. And he's like, we must climb. There.
Ismark, wait a moment. I have an axe. I can cut down the boards off the front door if you wish.
No. It's scary. Mary and girls. Scary.
Too much noise.
Da. And so with that, he kind of just comes on over here. Roll ourselves and
Trayvok's just
and
kind
so-
of huffing around with his long ass pants.
he goes to
Or lads, do we really need to be breaking into this lass's house?
he goes to like climb over the fence, and at first like it almost looks like he's done this quite a bit, but his foot catches the fucking railing and he just eats shit like over the thing. Like he just hits it and falls down. So as you come over,
Are you okay?
I want to roll dex now.
okay, as everybody comes over, give me a acrobatics check.
I'm gonna bend at the knee. I'm gonna bend at the knee and put my hands on top of it and look at Trayvok. Here, I'll give you a boost.
All right,
I'll take it.
Let's see. So Thand hops over with no issue. Elion hops over with no issue. Valkithra hops over with no issue. Trayvok goes to jump.
My pants.
And he almost like seemingly gets like 2 inches over it as he goes to jump, and his jaw catches on the railing, slams his mouth shut on his tongue. And Trayvok, you take 2 points of damage, and I'm going to need you to roll another acrobatics check. If anybody wants to help him, he can make it an advantage. Nat, is you
to try to help him?
Okay.
It's all right.
Is you jump over Nat, which I don't even see your token, bro. Where's your token?
Dude, I don't know, man. How about you tell me?
It's all the way back here at the front.
beginning.
Yeah, I'm bringing it
At the
over.
beginning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you have.
Right.
You should be able to move it. It's right out here outside the
shit,
fence.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. So, Trayvok, you take 2 points of damage, and then you manage to just like front flip over this thing. Like you like back up and you're like, wait a second, let me get my pants right.
Hold
on. Let me do the right. Hang on, boys. Let me get my pants right. And then you
ever see the front flipping dwarf?
Yeah, exactly. And as you're doing that, like you're kind of like pulling your pants up and like shimmying your hips like into place into the pants. And you just like run like a gymnast and like springboard at the right in front of it. Put your hands out and then tuck into this super tight ass front flip. land on the top of it, spin around for a second, kind of give your arms out like a ta-da, and then jump down and stick the landing. And then Caspian, my dear boy, because I didn't forget about you, even though you're fucking gone. Where did you go?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. I see you. You're in Thand. Okay.
I'm in.
You go to hop over, and just like you being tall enough, or at least able to jump up on top of it, your foot catches and then slips, and so you go down. Your knee kind of hits your chest, and then you fall backwards, and you take 2 points of damage. And you need to make your acrobatics check again because you didn't make it.
Again?
Yeah, you didn't make it.
Are you making me trip even further?
Yeah, you gotta make it again. You get it at, okay. I was gonna say you get it at advantage now, but you make it. And the same thing, like you kind of just nimbly like almost tiptoe up onto it, and you're like, wow, the fuck.
Why the fuck did I fuck up the first time?
Yeah, it's like I guess it was just the moss
You were just so in awe of what Trayvok did that you lost
Yeah.
concentration.
You
Trayvok
rip
was doing
shit.
the front flip and like it clipped Caspian as he was going up, and he was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah. So with that, everybody makes it over, and I think it was just to recap: Thand had taken 2 points of damage at Bildras, and then Trayvok and Caspian took 2 damage here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Confirmed.
So with that,
20 HP.
Ismark, who's also taking 2 points of damage, is just kind of like limping across here, and he kind of knocks on the door, and the crying isn't phased. Like he just, it's almost like he's not even knocking on the door. That said, you hear a scream and then very loud footsteps, just kind of like pacing somewhere in the house. You don't really know where, but the crying hasn't moved, and the screaming seems to come from a different room upstairs.
This place is stupid.
Ismar just kind of looks back, and he's like, knock again. Yeah, yes. Knock again. And he like,
normal. I don't understand.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they want to do this often?
so he just kind of shrugs. He's like, you always cry. Yeah.
But do you talk to her? Have you been inside here before?
Long time ago.
Yeah. What do you mean long time ago?
How
Or
long
lad,
ago?
You
Ismark-
told us, you bugger, to come check on her.
Information that he's giving us.
Ismark was boy, but Ismark talked very lot in passing. You know, like talk from window, talking in,
Well,
okay, mercantile. Da.
but you haven't been inside, right?
But also, when does
Long
Miss
time.
Mary leave that
Long
way?
time.
When have you seen her outside the house?
Oh, long time. Like season ago.
Y'all have tax collectors that come by and gather tithings or
oh,
anything?
it's
The new me. No.
Visibly facepalm. I don't think we should go inside here.
We have to. It's the only lead.
He just kind of looks at it. He's like, new? And his head kind of cants to one side. Like he doesn't really understand why you wouldn't want to go inside to help this lady. It seems very foreign to him.
Gonna be like, just gonna kind of explain, like, "Oi, lad, you haven't been in there in what, a season either? Like, why are we checking on this?"
Oh,
now?
no. I'm not going. Boy, in here. I speak to Mary around town, in at market, at mercantile, in passing, in window. I know Mary. It's fine. And with that, he kind of calls out, Mary, Joniana, Donovich, and like again, it's the crying doesn't even seem unfazed by any of it. Like in no way does it change. It doesn't alter. It's just the continuous sobbing of some woman. Although you kind of hear like a small knock right here on the wall. Like it's not even very loud, but you can just kind of hear it like tapping, like someone's inside.
Not creepy at all.
So, should we knock again?
I do not think knocking is doing anything.
And so
Try knocking one more time, like Than knocking, like good pound on the door.
da. So he gets out of the way.
I gotta redeem myself from the buffoonery.
Periwimple, the fucking, it's gonna hurt him all game long.
Nah, as soon. I'll say it later. All right, here we go. What should I roll for this? A strength?
You're just knocking, right? Or are you trying to like rip the door down? No, you don't even need to roll. You can just...
No. It's just like a good forceful knock, you know.
Okay, yeah. You don't even need to roll for that. So you just like a good stern like. How are you doing it? Is it front knuckle, back knuckle, fist?
I'm talking
like how's
some like can't be.
Are you talking
crazy.
about like entire
That sounded
forearm,
bitch
like are you
mode.
hitting it with the?
Yeah. Describe to me like how it is that you're.
All right,
FBI or where's my drugs?
Oh!
Yeah.
honestly,
Which one?
So it'd be like if you made a fist and then took like you did like a hammer punch. You know what I'm saying? But not like he's trying to like break through the door. He's just like boom,
Okay,
boom.
so you're getting like full forearm into it, then like the.
Some like honestly, man, you ready for it? Some like RA dorm shit, like RA open up.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And so with that, the crying, like it's crazy. It doesn't. It's the same shit. It's the same sob that you've heard since the first time that you come into your house. Like in no way does this change. It doesn't falter. It doesn't pause. The volume stays exactly the same. It's as if no one knocked, like at all.
Can I just see if the door's open?
Okay, yeah. I mean, you could try and pull on it.
Just fucking unlocked the whole time.
Give it a little tug.
Uh,
Me, hold up. Oh,
What's-
yes.
it's a push door. You're not gonna
Right
get it
click on the door and then select open.
So as
Can I do the thing?
you push on it, and it gives probably about an inch, and then you notice that it's like barricaded from the inside.
Aha.
Oh, well, there's a bunch of stuff piled on the other side of that door.
Barricaded from the front and barricaded in the back.
Perhaps we use my axe after all on the front door.
I see no other choice. Opens the door. Let's go.
Does he want to try and
We have things to do.
I can.
test and see what's barricading it? Like, give it a shoulder
So-
and see if if
Yeah, you
it's a
could do
small
that.
test, or
Yeah. If you do that, go ahead and give me a strength roll.
You guys want to try and get in there? I could try and get in there.
Yeah, push it open. Let's
Trayvok
see.
encourages it. Trayvok, yeah, like lad, yeah, put your shoulder in it.
I'm gonna kind of like, I don't know,
Just don't
roll
shoot
up my
yourself.
sleeves, tell everyone to kind of back up a little bit.
He
Alright.
does like a sumo stance to kind of inspire him, like with his pulling up his pants
I'm
in a
kinda,
sumo stance, like use your legs, lad.
I'd say I'm gonna back up like
Yeah, Ismark's gonna get out of the way
10.
too.
10 feet, you know, maybe like 10, 15 feet, so I can get like a good, good running start.
All right.
And yeah, I'm gonna take off.
All right, go for it. Give me that strength roll.
All right, let's see. Please be better.
You guys remember that time that Than dislocated his shoulder when he shoulder ran the door?
I do now. It's a very fresh memory.
So you ram your shoulder into that door. And in doing so, you feel kind of like a weird pop in your shoulder. And with it's like almost frozen and you can't seem to move it. And unless someone can look at you and get your shoulder reset, you have disadvantage with attack.
Yeah, can I see him obviously stumbling off from this?
Oh yeah, it's
grab him and attempt to.
It'd be immediately
back in?
it'd be immediately apparent that he's in some kind of pain.
I'm
For
assuming
sure.
I can't like lay
I
on
have
hands. This.
proficiency with medicine. I think I might be able to do this. I assume I've been taught
Yes.
medicinal things.
Yes. Yeah, you're more than welcome
Can I try
to.
to do this non-magic
Brother.
real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Brother.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for that. That's a medicine check, right?
Yeah. With that, Ismark's just going to kind of start rolling around and like looking at the windows, and you manage to. So, tell me how you do it. Do you just like yank down on his arm? Do you have him laid back? Like, how are you going about this?
I'll just kind of set him still and try to fucking just yank on his arm.
So, everyone kind of gathers around and watches Elion intently as he kind of, waves and wags his hands out and really kind of airs out his fingers. And he looks to Than and he's like, "On 3, brother." And he's 1, 2, and at 2 he just fucking yanks his arm to just, and you guys all hear an audible pop. And then as you hear that pop comes an immediate sigh of relief from Than as his shoulder sets back into place. He's like, oh yeah,
brother.
Oh my god, that one was a little
better.
sketchy. I feel like my hands almost slipped there. Could have fucked you up real good.
That was a DC 12. That was super close.
Fuck you up forever, dude.
Yeah, might have made that arm fucking limp.
Like some
I like it,
Lego
though.
arm stuff just popped on backwards.
So,
You okay?
and
So fucking good.
Ismark kind of looks at you guys like both dumbfounded and impressed at the same time. Like he's like, I like what y'all got going on, but also like, y'all are dumb. Yeah. Like it's obvious that he's not seeing this level of camaraderie amongst a group with how quickly you all were to help each other in this last like quick instance with jumping over the fence and obviously that. And then on top of that, he's also not seen anything that barbaric and that successful in a really long time. So he's kind of got this like smug face of just like acceptance. He's like, oh, okay. Like he's about it. And with that, he's like, maybe new door. Look around. So everybody give me an investigation check.
Oh, this isn't gonna go well for Thand either.
Oh, hey, that's actually
Okay.
I might be good at.
Hell yeah.
So
Give me something good.
Damn.
Ismark notices literally fucking nothing. Like he's out here just like staring at this grass over here in the corner, like trying to find a way in.
It's Marcus
Yeah.
vibes.
You pretty much all of you, every single one of you notices. Valkithra is the last one to kind of catch on, but even she kind of picks it up that like the boards here, like there's only like 2 of them, and the one on the top doesn't seem like it's attached at both sides. Like it's only boarded up once. So it's kind of eerily so if like maybe somebody hadn't been using this to sneak out before, like, and they didn't pull all the shit off themselves, because unlike every other door and every other window, this one is kind of scant in regards to like how boarded up it is.
Well, I might have a utensil to get us in then. I'm going to summon my axe.
Okay. So with that,
And then
Valkit, well, do you want to tell her or you want me to?
You can. Let's do it.
Okay. So with that, Valkithra just immediately kind of steps up onto this bench here, this seat, and kind of whips her arm out to the right, like fingers flared and everything, and then quickly, as she does so, this like plume of blue and black smoke, like a cyan almost, and black smoke, kind of just emits around her hand, and quickly she closes her grasp and is like with a death grip holding on to a small axe that wasn't there a moment ago, and the head of which is made it glimmers in the faint sun, like almost like a black mirror. And then as the axe head kind of fades towards the back, it turns more crystalline almost, as if it were plucked honestly straight from the earth. Like in a mix of volcanic glass and, some kind of diamond or crystal. And she's now holding it.
I will position myself as best I can, kind of like probably more a little bit to the side with my arm turned a little bit, and just kind of get a little bit of leverage to get in there with the axe head to knock down those planks.
Okay, so as you take your first swing, right? Is that what you're getting ready to do?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you take your first swing, and it's a loud, just like a dead, it's a dead ring almost, like just like an axe hitting old wood. And you can hear it reverberate around inside with a loud thwack. And with that, you hear the footsteps of a small child and the thuds of something that sounds even larger and more ominous than Periwinkle as he came down the stairs.
Oh
And
no.
with that, you see a small red-headed girl with green eyes like jumping. She's like, hurry, hurry, quick, you have to help me, hurry, hurry, hurry. And meanwhile, like, the sobbing is still continuing on, like it's completely oblivious to everything within the house.
The sobbing's still upstairs, right?
Yes. And you hear, like, I mean, the race of footsteps followed by like a rhythmic, like, thump, 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 like down behind her. She's
There's
probably
only one way in or out of this place, so I'm just gonna go ahead and axe it again.
okay. So you axe it again, and there's a hand, a black hand that reaches out of the window, and as it kind of touches the ambient light of the air, it you'd almost hear it like sizzle and crack, and it goes back in, and then you hear the footsteps, thud back upstairs, and the little girl is if you were to look, she's kind of like cowering to the left back over here.
Something is amiss. There's things going on in there. I see a little girl. She wants to get out, but I don't understand how she would be in there in the first place.
This is wrong.
She kind of like starts crying, also, like something, like she's frightened. And you can give me a listen check, Salt.
Perception?
Yeah, perception check. Yeah. Okay, so you can kind of hear the crying like scooch closer, like you can kind of see her like inching across the floor again, but she's not taking her eyes off the stairs. And she starts to kind of whisper to you like real quietly. She's like, you have to help. You have to help us. Please.
Oh, is this strong?
And like she's kind of sobbing as well. She's like, if you don't hurry, I'll have to hide.
Elion puts his hand on Valkythra's shoulder.
Maybe we should let our host go first. Ishmark,
Da, yeah, da. He's smart. Go first. And like without question, dude, like he just shoves this thing in and like climbs through the window.
Let's wait 30 to 45 seconds, shall we?
And like he immediately turns and you can see him kind of comforting the girl. And he's just kind of like, trying to shush her and like, he's kind of like, patting her head and just trying to kind of, bring her down from whatever it is that just upset her like that. And he's
Valkythera keep her head in the window, kind of like looking around, making sure that everything looks somewhat sane, like gonna try to look toward the fireplace and just try to scan the room a little bit.
Yeah, as you, with your perception roll, as you look around, like it seems kind of dreary and gloom, a little bit more so than normal, but that's not necessarily out of place for this, instance either. Like for what it is that you recognize in your time here, like there's still something kind of off, but it's hard to put your finger on.
Got you. Ismark dove to the left. He's with the little girl.
Ismark, are you all right in there?
Yeah, come. And he's like,
why don't you bring her
All right,
outside?
well, with that, I think Stan's gonna just turn down.
Brother, go get him to help.
And I'm just gonna try and clamber through the window.
Oh, I agree. I have to help now.
Can't we just get the girl out the window?
Yeah, actually, why can't the girl come out the window?
I'll be like mid clamber, kind of look back.
Yeah, Trivok is standing outside like, lads!
Like, I'll have like one leg in, one leg out. Like,
oh wait, that's
Valid
Ismark.
question.
Ismark.
And have
bring the
Ismark give
girl.
it to her.
Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
start like almost making my way, kind of stepping back out, talking to Ismark.
Come on, let's go. Get her out of there.
okay, so everybody's coming in. Remember, you can.
I'm hopping back out.
Oh, you're hopping back out.
Halfway
Okay.
Out the window.
Yeah,
he's
was
like
halfway in, halfway in.
We
He's
basically
what the fuck's
it's-
going on with this? Why can't she come
Yeah,
outside?
Yeah.
He's wanting Ismark to hand her over so that he can pull her outside.
Yeah, we're making
Instead
a
of us
line.
going in, they
Fireman
come
line.
out. Yeah.
And he kind of just looks up and he looks down at the girl and he's like, they start kind of talking, so to speak. Although it doesn't really, you can't understand anything that they're speaking. And you just kind of see her shaking her head no, like she doesn't want to leave. And he looks back and he looks up at you guys and she said it will come if she leave.
Let it come, we'll fight it here.
I don't know about that. I have this, but I have, I'm just wearing this cloth shirt, pants. So.
In that case, if in case it might be an action later, like I'm just gonna go ahead. Can I equip my stuff now?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and arm up, you can. Sure.
You guys are going in, like basically like whipping shit out. If you guys are going in.
Elion is very taken back at the moment. He is bewildered. This is like some uncanny valley shit.
And with that, you guys kind of hear like it kind of stomping around again, and it comes to the top of the stairs and then goes back into the room that it was in, which you guys would recognize. Give me 1 second. Actually, you know what? You wouldn't even be able to tell where it was at. You could just hear it walking around inside.
Well, Than, you're halfway in there. You're either coming out or you're going in.
All right, well, going in.
And now I'm going in.
All right.
Trayvok is still trying to ask
Good
questions
idea.
like, what are we going in for? What are we going to fight?
Yeah, Elion equips his decorative shield and makes.
I pull out my bow. Fuck.
Yeah, big fuck.
Kethra gives a long sigh and unclasps the ornate shield that she has as well and pulls it up to her side. And she
Listen,
climbs through
guys.
as well behind Thand.
The Burgermaster's in here. What could go wrong?
Do love a good burger.
Yes, the Burger Man can say
The
that.
Hamburglar just crawled through a window in front of us.
All right, so everybody's.
Crawl, you fucking like front flip through it too. Everybody's front flipping today.
Except for Thand. Thand crawled over.
We gotta roll acrobatics to get in, or
Wait a minute.
No, you can just
I want to
come in.
start moving shit out in front of this door and then just open the goddamn door for them.
Okay, give me a strength check. There'd be like a bookcase right here.
And I need your help. I'm fucking weak.
1 second, I'm getting.
Oh yeah, you didn't fucking move that thing an inch. Like you kind of leaned into it to shove it, and it did not move.
No.
Where are you trying to shove? I'll try and help.
Just,
what do you need?
just push this shit away from the
Yeah,
door so that we can get
there's
the others
a-
inside.
There's a bookcase right here.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then let's see. Come on. All right.
Okay, yeah. Thand with like one hand just kind of like looks at Valkithra and just shoves it like out of the way. Now that he has proper leverage, and with that,
Wasn't that to be?
this door will open.
So Trayvok doesn't
Trayvok.
go through the window. He's just like, do. Thanks, guys. Thanks, lads.
So
Well, we need an exit.
now that you guys are inside, you can hear that thing like angrily walking from like the top of the steps back over to a room that would be on the second floor. Would be like shit, hang on, I'm trying to, my ruler's failing me now.
Thand's just gonna
second.
be taking a
Say
look
no
around
more,
the room.
Tham. We
You're
got
good.
you.
I'm just Thand's just peering from where he is, taking a glance around.
Yeah, like back over, let me make sure that that's right. Yeah, it would be like back over here is where you hear him yelling. I don't know if anybody saw that. It would be on
Yeah.
this side of the room over here, but like up a
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah.
Would these be kind of the floorboards that whenever we look up, we can kind of see through them a little bit, like an old rickety house?
A little bit. And as they give me a perception check. Give me a perception check first.
Everyone, or
Yeah, I mean if your gaze is drawn to it, whenever you hear it stomping around, give me a perception check.
Come on, baby. Wow, fuck my life. Fuck my life into pieces.
wait, Trayvok would.
Oh, nice. So
Yeah, buddy.
as everybody looks up to the steps where it starts out, as it walks across, dust comes through the floor and gets into everyone's eyes but Trayvok. He's the only one. He's had the time in the mines and in the fields where the dust doesn't really bother his eyes nearly as much. And he watches it kind of stomp off back over into this corner over here. And the one thing everyone can tell from the perception checks is that is also the same room at which the crying is coming from now. And
Smock, what do you make of this? What is this being inside here?
he's still kind of like trying to comfort the little girl, and as you all kind of enter, she starts like kind of like crawling up the floor, like back up the wall almost. Like she's very kind of I don't know, like uneasy that the fact that all of you are in this house.
She's
and
climbing on the wall. Or
no, like she just like she's trying to, like she's
Okay.
like, oh my god, like
cowering. All right.
yeah, and so she just kind of looks up and it's just story Vidanyari's my guy.
What did she
And-
just say?
She
Okay,
just
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
he- he kind of looks over to you and he says, the last time people come, this thing met angry. You must be careful. It's. And he looks back at her. He's like, "Mama, Mary, da?" And she kind of nods, and like the whole time, you see, or should I say, for the first time, you see the sorrow in those sobs on this girl's face. Like it's the same kind of expression that she has would match the crying that you've heard throughout this entire village. She's very large tears kind of welling up in her eyes and start to run down her cheeks. Her hair is very like tangled and greasy and kind of dirty. Like you can tell, like she's, whatever it is that's been happening has been happening for kind of a while, and it's starting to really kind of weigh on her, let alone anyone else that might be in this house. And Ismark just kind of pats on her head, and he looks over at Elion. He's, this Willa, this married two daughter, other daughter, not the good daughter, other daughter.
I see.
Let's say I think I still have some. I have like 4 pieces of bread. I assume we actually ate some of that. But
Okay.
I assume I have some bread left. I'll even if it's the remaining portion.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you'll give her just like a little chunk of bread.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, everybody ate last time, so I don't remember if you guys have eaten that bread or not. I don't remember if you ate it first session or not.
As 4, I'll say we ate a couple. I know I ate 2 whenever we got to the church.
Okay.
I'll say I give her actually half a loaf of bread.
Okay. All right. We'll just mark it as 3.5 loaves then. We'll call it that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give her that.
Okay.
And
she.
Yeah, that's just it.
She kind of takes it from you for a second and then looks at it. And as she's holding the bread out in the open air, like you can see it start to turn black with mold.
Huh.
And it, like almost like disgustingly so, just kind of like fades and withers. You can see it get real hard and kind of crust over and start to grow mold. And as she drops it to the floor, as the mold kind of grows to her fingers, like you can hear it thud almost like if it were petrified, like a rock.
Is there anything I could tell off of this? Is this like some type of magic or curse?
Well, the one thing I noticed, like you didn't really, everything in your pack seemed fine, but like as soon as you pulled it out and like handed it to her, like it started to go.
She touched it.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, that was when you recognized it, is when she touched it. If you want to roll a perception check, I can give you more info on that, or an investigation.
Which one would you rather?
Whichever you prefer. I'll go either or.
Do a perception.
Okay. Oh, fuck yeah, natural 20. So you notice, like, as you hand it over, like, it almost feels kind of strange, like, as it leaves your fingertips. And you can kind of see the black specks start to kind of grow of the mold even before you hand it over to her. So it's something is seemingly, like, leaching the, I guess, like the nutrient out of this bread. Like something about it is aging it in some weird way. And as you hand it over, like you start to kind of get this weird feeling in the pit of your stomach, like you'll never be happy again. Like this weird pit of sorrow has somehow like welled up into your gut. And it's, as you think back on it, it's, you kind of have been unconscious of that fact pretty much ever since you've stepped into the house.
Okay. You kind of like almost holding his stomach. Obviously, the party notices the bread crumble as well.
Mm-hmm.
Elion's going to claim.
There's something about this house. I'm not sure exactly what, but the energy is extremely bad. Whatever is here is essentially going to just wither away like so. Careful what you take out, I guess. I'm not real sure.
Does this feel
Already
familiar at
located.
all, Ian? Ian.
Not really. No. Well, for you, yes. And go ahead and give me a perception check, and then I'll have to contact you privately.
Okay. Give me them rolls, baby.
Man, dude, you guys are hot hands tonight.
Give me them rolls, baby.
Okay, give me a second. I gotta.
Hot, tasty buns. Hot, tasty dinner rolls, baby. I sees you, and I want you.
God, the Boondocks was so good. Miss
So
Johnson.
good.
Now I like you and I want you.
you.
I'm gonna do this the easy way or the hard way, Chris Hansen. That shit had me dying.
Fuck. Oh no, the giggles are starting.
So I guess Trevok would just be asking, like, lads, can we get the girl out?
And
Yeah, I'm still confused.
Like,
I've been
gesturing at the
trying.
door now.
he looks to the girl and he's like, I do. And she frantically is like shaking her head back and forth. Like the hair near her scalp is like almost like matted in some weird rat's nest, like against her head. But the part of it that's in a ponytail is like almost swinging despite the wall behind it, like not allowing it to swing out. Like she's frantically shaking her head no. And she's like whispering quietly to Ismark, like trying not to draw anything. And Ismark kind of turns back to you, and he's like palms open to the ground, like, you know, ushering you to be quiet. We leave. It come. We go now. Come. And with that, like, he starts trying to like kind of make his way up the stairs, like slowly.
What?
Probably
Still
on
chick.
us.
He manages to make it up the stairs, or at least up to the first landing, without making a ton of noise. Who's after him?
Does someone else want to go first? I mean,
Get your ass up there, Thand.
it might be
Get
loud.
your shit ass up there, Than.
It might be loud, but all right.
Trevok, don't touch
Here we
anything
go.
this time.
Stealth or acrobatics?
It would be, yeah, stealth.
Where is that? I
Toward
cannot
the bottom of
read.
your skills.
There we go. Oof. Wait,
You're not in heavy armor, so we're gonna take the first one.
We have 14.
Okay. Yeah.
So Than manages to make it up to the landing with Ismark without making much of a noise.
Hell
I'll go
yeah.
next.
Okay.
Kind of back
Yeah.
up right there in the corner, looking.
Got
16.
okay, you make it up to the first landing without making a lot of noise.
Oh, you almost back. Anybody else?
Trevok, you or me?
Yeah, I'm pulling up back far end.
Is the first landing like big enough for everyone to
Throw
fit
go
on?
up.
Yeah, you can kind of come up a flight, like right there. They can kind of come up. All right. Elion makes it up. Valkithra makes it up without making much sounds or many sounds.
Mini much shit.
Rayvok, if you rip a fart while you're going up this, I'm gonna be upset.
All right. Well, Trevok's not sure he wants to go up there. He's just like, because he saw some. You guys didn't see it. Trevok saw something walking between the floorboards. He's
Fuck.
like, lads. So I'm just gonna kind of like move over here. Oh no, I'm
You
not
must be
screaming
quiet,
now.
Trevok.
I'm like, lads.
Yeah.
You just scream.
I'm like trying to say it through my teeth. I'm like, lads.
Kind of.
We're following our benefactor no matter what. He is the one that led us here. We must protect him.
You
I
guys,
feel fairly obligated to help this fucking child too, for some reason.
this Mark's already gone up the other stairs to where we're following him.
Kind of like
Okay,
whisper.
so I motion. Valkithra motions for Trevok. Come. It'll be fine.
All right. What am I rolling again?
Stealth.
Stealth. Big bucks, no way.
All right.
Nice.
Trevok makes it up to the first landing without any issue.
I don't know what I just did, but am I up there?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Elyon's already up here, so Caspian's the last one.
Yeah.
Are you coming up?
Kind of like whisper down.
Oh, there.
Sweet. Boop. Oh shit. What was it for the teleport again? Shift click?
Shift, yeah.
There we go. Hold on, let me move the little token up. All right, here we go.
And this room here, the furnished one, I had to remove that hide toggle because it was hiding this. I didn't want you to think it was an opening. But we've already discerned that this is where the wailing and stuff is coming from.
I'm coming.
That's coming.
Ah, shit.
You turned on the sound effects.
Yeah, things got terrifying. I just heard a scream.
So as you guys kind of approach, you can hear like
Get in front of you, man.
like a music box kind of start to play in this room here.
That's not scary at all.
It's a whole bunch of no
And
guys.
as you kind of, everybody give me a perception check.
Again with the perception checks, my guy.
All hits.
Mhm.
Oh, big hits for Thand. He's noticing
Okay.
things.
Oh, fuck.
Alright.
He is becoming sentient.
Give me a second. Okay. All right. So Ismark just kind of like looks back at everybody to, I guess, reassure himself, and he starts to kind of like, nudge his way forward.
Oh, does anyone else hear that breathing?
Is it breathing? I do not hear breathing. Anyone else?
Ismark just kind of looks back at you, and he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like he doesn't say anything, but he kind of gestures. Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. I guess it was nothing. I thought I heard someone in that hill like for a long time.
Ismark just kind of like shakes his head at you and takes another step or two forward. As he kind of gets here to the opening, he's like peering off to the side, and he doesn't really know what it is that's happening, but he goes ahead and he draws a sword from his hip, and he just kind of like peeks into here and double checks that everything is clear. Give me a second. The roof's being a real dick.
We'll also just take this time to say I will also draw my weapon in the shield. I think I have the ornamental shield and sword.
Okay, what's everybody else's next move?
My shield and mace are out. I'll be pretty much just frontlining right behind Dan. Or at least kind of like SWAT teams sticking on his back, you know?
Yeah, this fucking roof being a real dick.
So click the move your thing down and lock it. That way
Okay,
when you
yeah.
move around it doesn't change the whatever.
Layer that you're supposed to be picking.
yeah.
All right. So you guys have noticed as we've been standing here for a little bit, that music box seems to be on repeat. Almost like it's starting all the way over, but it doesn't take the time to wind. Like you can hear it click like it's done, and then it immediately starts again.
That's not good.
Yeah, notice anything about it up here? Like, can I notice anything magically happening? Anything strange? Tapping of energies?
Magically, no. I'm trying to think if you have. Do you have anything for supernatural abilities?
No.
Okay, I didn't know. Do you guys do clerics or paladins still get detect undead?
I get divine sense. I was actually gonna ask divine sense, but what classifies as total cover? Because here,
As it stands right now, considering you can't see anything into this room, everything would have total cover.
Yeah. Turn on that.
And until you get to this block here and can see in, or at least hear and say, I'm peering around.
so Ismark peered kind of in here. Nothing.
Yeah, no, it's just a washroom. That's why I went ahead and unveiled it for everybody.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna stick, close as I can to Ismark in the back as
Right.
he's walking through. It's like a single file hallway here, kind of. I would
Okay.
assume.
All right.
Bayvok is proceeding in and also trying to warn the others, like lads, I saw something up here.
We're very aware. We also hear it.
All right, so he just
Quiet.
Kind of tiptoeing forward
yeah.
as best as you can,
Ismark kind of gets to the corner here and kind of peers around and like almost immediately throws himself like back to the wall right here. Like whatever it was he just saw like spooks the shit out of him. He's like, oh my god. Like, and you can tell in his breathing he starts like almost hyperventilating. Like he's very afraid. You can see it even in his eyes, on his face. Like he's not even trying to hide it.
Can I kind of like motion him and like kind of point back towards the hallway and maybe say like towards the washroom we can like regroup? Not like just like start pointing.
He's so fearful at this moment. He's not even like looking at you. And as a matter of fact, you can smell, you're close enough to him, like he just pissed his pants.
Holy.
You can hear it kind of like running down his leg and like into his boot, and some of which is like pooling around the floor by his left foot and is like dripping downstairs, like in between the floorboards.
Can Than kind of approach him, maybe like touch his shoulder lightly?
Yeah, as you do, he's like a and like kind of comes back, like he immediately like looks over at you and is just like kind of grabbing at his chest with his free arm and like very off kilter, and he looks he just points towards the door and he looks at you and he's like evil, no good, and he kind of he kind of takes a moment. You can hear him kind of muttering under his breath in Balok. And it almost seems kind of like a small chant, like he's trying to pray to himself over and over and over again, trying to kind of hype himself up, but it doesn't really seem to be working.
Then I'm gonna kind of look back at the rest of everyone, see if they're like they have any facial
Trayvok
expressions.
Trayvok is like gesturing people back, saying like, "Lads, why don't we pull it back?" And as he says that, like he's stepping back this way. So he's gesturing like, "Lads, why don't we pull whatever it is back this way?" And then he takes two hands, puts them in front of his face, and does a kind of motion because with how tight the quarters are that everyone's standing in right now.
Oh my god.
Ismark isn't moving, and he's like, he looked at Thin for a second, and then his eyes are glued back into the doorway. He's stuck still.
Did Trayvok hear what Ismark said, or was I too far away?
You're probably too far away. Like, he's just kind of whispering.
All right. Then I stick by what I said.
Okay.
Just bring the group back this way.
So he kind of watches Thin. Thin, I'm assuming you're turning to go back. What are you doing?
I was gonna if he was like staring off into space again, I was gonna kind of tap him, just
Okay.
motion if the rest of the party was moving back and out, and I was gonna be like, let's
He-
all go that way.
He doesn't even turn to go that way. He kind of like comes back, ears back around, and then like goes to jump back, but he's made it far enough over here that he just falls on his back in this room.
Guys,
Than's gonna move up.
He's dead. He's dead, guys. Leave him.
Can I kind of peer around the corner?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be that peering.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna peer in the corner.
Yeah, peer. Like you said, he just fell on his back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna peer around the corner of the wall. Yeah.
So as you peer around the corner, the music box stops. You finally hear the last tick, but it doesn't reset this time. And as you almost don't believe what it is that you see. There's a tall, probably like 6'3", 6'4", solid black figure standing over the weeping woman. And there's a dark cloud, almost like of smoke, pouring out of her aura and into his mouth. And you can see just from his side that like it's guzzling that shit. Like it's drinking her sorrow as we speak.
I'm gonna go ahead and go back real, maybe glance at Ismark. Is he looking at me or just frozen in fear still?
Ismark is like cowering back to the corner here. Like whatever this thing is, he's heard tale of it or has seen one and is not happy about it.
Elyon looks at them. What is it, brother? I want to peek around.
Kind of shuffle, do the shuffle.
Yeah,
And
well,
you
yeah,
see-
trade places.
You see the same thing. It's a dark, smoky figure of a man. There's no hair. There's really no discernible features other than you can tell that it kind of has a face, and its mouth is much further open than it should be. And it doesn't, you can feel in that pit of your stomach where the dread grew, you can feel it growing further and further, like this thing has recognized that you are there, but it hasn't stopped what it's doing to look at you. Like it's just continuously drinking this woman's sorrow.
I presume that there is nothing in my religious studies or ideologies that have ever.
Give me fuck, what do they call it? Is it a religion check?
Religion.
I do have a religion check. There's a religion and arcana.
Yeah, religion.
All right, a religion check coming up. A spicy 14. 11 plus 3.
Oh shit! Hang on. Okay, so you recognize this thing from a really, really old tome that you had read a long time ago, and it seemed to almost kind of like sear into your mind that something so off-putting would have any record. I mean, even when reading it, you could remember, like, it's almost like as if this were some sort of fantasy, but you recognize it as a remnant. And remnants were known from finding those who were so filled with grief that they would feed upon that grief and grow stronger as they did so.
Would I know any way of the killed the? I assume this fable was just the story of it, nothing of how it was vanquished.
Yeah, so the only time that they really recognized any way to deal with it, it had to do with light. Like that was really how to get it to go away. That none of the story that you had read on it mentioned killing it, but you were able to drive it out of its attachment with someone. And in doing so, you had to cast an exorcism ritual, and you had to keep it lit with divine light. And it took more than one clergy member to do both.
Elyon shakingly turns around to the group and pushes Than just back. He just is pale white, pushing, just continuously pushing, clearing the hallway.
And Ismark, you can kind of hear him like whimper out, like, no, 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 no.
Listen, I have only heard but one story of such a vile, wretched thing. I do not believe we possess the clergy to exercise this just yet. But if we want to help, which I do believe we should help, we must get light into this room, into this house.
There are windows. We could try to pry them open, or I could use my axe to chop them open. Do you think there's enough light outside?
There may be, but we must try.
Okay. So what does everybody want to do? What's the plan of attack?
Gentlemen, I hate to be a bummer. I do have work tomorrow. I gotta pass out.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, we're far enough. Do we want to call it here?
I do reckon that would be the best plan of action.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could all cower
agree.
in this room over here.
Yeah, just
Sweet.
well, I mean, I would say yeah. Pause right there.
Save your dex rolls for jumping down the stairs, folks.
Fuck.
I fucking hate. So this was the map that I had to get put together super quick. Like you can tell, like the fence in the back here looks like shit, and the
I doubt we can tell. Can,
Oh,
Yeah, no,
it's
obviously tell. I
so
would-
terrible.
can we tell? I don't
well,
think-
like the back here,
Like-
like the disjointed and shit. Like they don't really make a lot of sense. Like build drafts look good. This one, like this is, I would build a way better town home than this.
Honestly,
I
dude, I didn't even
think-
like. I'm
Yeah.
zoomed in on my my little character there.
Oh,
So,
okay,
I
gotcha.
do a top-down view. I've seen the whole thing. I just kind of thought you were going for like a dilapidated look, which I thought was very well.
I mean, kind of, but
Agreed.
like I don't know, like the layout of this, like we're getting ready to have a fight in this room right here, assuming that that's what y'all do, and like it's going to be difficult to get everybody in there.
It'll be fine.
Okay, but all right, yep, that's where we'll cap it. Let me close the stream down, and then I'll answer any questions.
I think the maps have been fine, dude. Like even this one, whenever we came into it, it was simple, but it was one of those where it's like, you know, obviously you said that build drafts looked good, but even here it was just like this place looks like it hadn't actually been lived in. You know, like these people have existed. They've been in here. She's been in here crying, but like, what does she do on a daily basis? Practically nothing anymore, right? So
Yeah,
that's
pretty
kinda
much.
how I was
That
taking
makes
it.
sense. I think I'm going to do myself a favor here. We're just going to get rid of the inner wall in here and then this wall. And I feel like that's going to make me feel a little bit better about the build. But okay, all right, yeah, that's where we'll stop it here, and then like I said, I'm pretty much here just to answer questions now. We won't push forward with the story at all.
Got you.
Oh, it's been good.
Hell yeah!
I love y'all. I have to sleep.
All right, man. Take it easy, Nat.
Later.
Yeah, homie.
Have a good night.
Peace, my dude.
Okay, questions. Anybody got them? This session, past sessions.
So you mentioned that at the very beginning when we got the +1 AB from Father Durovich,
Mm-hmm.
is that going to extend into the next session as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that'll go through this fight, and then it'll stop after that. It'll last for however many hours. Like right now, it's only been, I don't know, maybe an hour tops since y'all talked to Durovich, so not super long.
I was pretty glad that I remembered to ask about that.
Yeah, all good. It's good. And then I was gonna bring it up, but I didn't want to like handhold it. I wasn't gonna let you get out of there without reading those. But since you brought it up, I was like, yeah, fuck it. We'll throw them a bone. We'll give them a prayer or whatever. We'll give you the prayer spell.
Yay!
Hell yeah! All right,
I'm
man.
still a little confused why. Like that's what I was trying to understand more in character, but like it was Ismark's idea for us to come back and check on her when we first passed by the house, right?
Yeah.
So we finally do make our way back, and it's like, hey man, why'd you ask us to? Like, I just want to make sure I understand the situation. Like when we were standing out back, like Trevok was basically like, hey man, why are we breaking into this place? I thought we were checking in on her.
So
right?
One of the things, and I was having to do the voice, and I'm trying to kind of like keep it true to the setting, so people hear. Not a lot of people speak Common very well, because they typically all speak Balok.
Okay.
But there's been a few people that have fraternized with the foreigners before, and they've learned Common. So far, like Durovich knows it, Daru knows it, Irina and Ismark both know it. Like, along with some of the Vistani that you've ran into, like Estoville, and then the barkeeps know it too, because this we're typically all of the people, like you've mentioned, or they've mentioned to you, you're not the first foreigners to come through. So there's some people, as they deal with them, they'll learn the common tongue. Ismark knows the common tongue, but not very well. Like he's like a 5-year-old, right? So what he was saying was, there's the boarding on the door downstairs in the front is new. Like that's been recently done.
I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah.
You said it was old. It was still old boards, but
yeah,
the fact that it had just been put up was new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I must have missed that part.
The manifest had become so strong that it could leave the house long enough, like in the middle of the night, to board the doors and shit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's why. Like that's why we were having to sneak in through the back and shit, because they boarded up the whole house. But yeah, that is everything. Yeah, I had to.
Right. That was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was fucking fantastic. I had a great time.
I feel like we're about to get in a really bad fight, though.
Yeah, no.
So.
Sorry, go on.
This one, like I was doing my research today, by the book, none of the shit is fleshed out. I managed to find some shit online that was like basically telling me what was up with it all and like introducing the Revenant and like more for Willa. And like I was like, oh fuck yeah, we're totally throwing all this in. Like 100%. Like this is fucking phenomenal. So it really, that's why I was saying like I don't think we'll get to where it is that I had originally planned to get. And so we'll save that for next session. But that's okay. Because I was worried about, well, I won't tell you. I had some concerns regarding where it was the session was going to go, but I don't have those concerns anymore. So the main thing I want to touch on is he had shit in there that you would have recognized as your own. That was your stuff.
Oh yeah. No, I took very good note of that. Just fortunately.
Yeah, fucking Conan the Barbarian, Dr. Smoothbrain fucking came walking out.
Yeah, this dude is obviously very wealthy at the very minimum, you know?
Yeah. The one thing I will say, though, that I also want to point out is that Dr. Smoothbrain fucking loves Stand.
Here's it, whatever the hell it was, and
Good, very nice.
I was like, wrestle? And you're like, fight, and everyone was like, no, God, please, no.
Hansel destroy it. Like, jumping up and down and shit, dude. He loves it. All right, man. Yeah, if y'all don't have questions, that's where we'll wrap it. We'll leave it there.
The only thing I had hoped that I was gonna get a way higher strength, where I was like, yeah, you know, my strength's pretty high. Like it's the highest stat I got. Like I feel like it's
what's your modifier?
I think like +3.
Oh, okay, yeah, you stood a chance. I mean, you didn't, but you stood a chance.
Yeah, it's a 17.
Okay.
It gives me the +3, so
yeah.
I was like, it's like if I get something decent, I might put a dent in them. I wasn't expecting to win, but it was like it'd be cool.
So
that was even better. They just like basically just put your hand through the table.
Dude, I laughed so hard whenever he pulled out the fucking Conan Barbarian token. Oh no, I got one right here.
Yeah.
Laughed it down.
Well, it was like,
His name's Petty
where's Fabio when you need him? Like, they don't have a smooth brain token.
If you would have just came out and said, "What is best in life? Hands of Oya, hands of Oya."
You'd have lost your shit, huh? Yeah, so
That was funny.
Bildrath is kind of, he's the first person that you guys have ran into that has been so anti-foreigner that he refuses to really speak the common tongue. Like, and as he did so, he's like spitting on the ground and he's only speaking it to insult you. And to give you an idea of the kind of pool that he had Ismark insult you for him. That's another thing to kind of just point out.
yeah.
So,
Pick up on that. Yeah, would not talk to us directly.
yeah. But all right, yeah, man, that's where we'll leave it. That's a good one. I hate that we didn't get to this fight because this is going to be a doozy.
What was that guy's shop actually? Bildrath's?
Yeah, Bildrath's Mercantile.
Mercantile.
Bildrath better be careful.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy talking all the shit is Bildrath.
Yeah, no. I mean, was his is his shop called anything? Like
yeah, it's literally called Bildrath Mercantile, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I own this shit, and that's my nephew, and he gonna fuck you up.
Why does everybody hate Trevok?
It's the short jokes.
It's the pants, isn't it? It's the pants.
So, well, and I won't tell you that either because it's fucking. You have a chance to go back, to do whatever. But again, I got to hammer it home. Y'all shit is in there.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that as well.
Write it down. It's
actually in my important events.
Quest after this.
Hell yeah.
Although they have questioning why Ismark gave us. He's like, why the fuck how did you not know about this?
Yeah, the one thing that I will say, because we're not going to do it, I think it's dumb, there is a quest that you can do for Bildrath called Last Week's Meet or something like that, and you go out. It's like the first time you would leave Barovia, and you go and you find another adventurer's satchel, and it all has to do with like you not opening it and bringing it back and all this shit. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, this dude is gonna be a dick, and if you guys want your shit back, you'll figure out a way to get it back. Like, cause even the quest reward it was saying was like, give them 20 gold pieces off of whatever their order is. And I'm like, they fucking have no gold pieces. So they could maybe get one item and then one person has something. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I know these guys, they'll want something more than that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that because Trevok emoted as much, like he was tapping the pockets of his pants, like,
Yeah, we're all
oh,
broke
God,
as shit.
we're all broke as shit, guys. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why I asked about the jobs at the beginning too. But that doesn't
yeah,
seem to be
good.
a
That was a good call.
a good move out here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll run into some stuff. We'll get you guys some side quests going, but right now there's so much story and so much setting and so much happening that side quests is essentially filler. You know, as we kind of get a little further into it all, that'll change.
Oh yeah.
We go back and try having his
Not sure if that was what we were doing or not. Definitely down to go with that. However, definitely I have it wrote down that leaf flicker's a fucking racist term to foreigners. How do you spell that language, by the way? Is it B-A-L-O-C-K?
Balok.
Oh, okay. Not seeing.
Balrog.
It's BALL space COCK.
Yeah, phlegm. There's some phlegm on the O in Balcock. It's
right.
bulk. It's kind of like a choking sound.
You gotta really gargle it out there.
Yeah, you gotta gargle that shit. That's the only way to get it to pronounce it correctly. You gotta gargle it. But yeah,
That's a good one.
does anyone have like comprehend language or anything like that?
I do indeed.
Yeah.
I just did not need it because we had Ismark, so I did not want to use it yet.
Okay. Yeah, so the other thing, well, I'll get into that. I'll make note when the time is appropriate. But okay. All right, cool. Yeah, that's everything I got. If that's everything y'all got.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to use Ismark a little bit because whenever we went in there and we're not going to know anything, but it's a shopkeep, I'm like, he's going to have to explain something here because, like, you're not going to not sell to people if that's like your livelihood, I feel like. So of course Ismark immediately was just like, no, he says this and he says it like immediately with the lies, and then he's just like, okay, no, it's really bad here. Like we should probably go, you know.
So the common thing around that is bill draft is kind of like if you want it bad enough, you'll pay the prices. But you guys aren't in any situation to pay the prices. He also doesn't like you, so
yeah, that's why I was kind of like, maybe we could do something in return. And you know, I came up with the whole, we'll go next door and silence the noise or whatever, and see if that, you know, I mean, shit, people got ears, man. You gotta sleep sometime. I'm sure he sleeps on the other side of the fucking city, though.
No, actually, well, we won't get into all that. But yeah, we'll leave it all there. We'll leave it there.
Word.
all right, homie. Well, when are we